Hi guys, it's Ashley, your scrapping nerd, and I'm back with a fun layout for you today. I am going to use a bunch of stuff from my stash. So I have these wooden stamps, a bunch of hearts, and then one says love. And I'm going to use this Lindy's Sparkle Spray in Autumn Maple Crimson, and then the Aged Mahogany and the Victorian Velvet Distress inks and oxide. And then those papers are just some papers from my stash, as well as the stickers that I have. And then these two punches, I'm going to use the lace border and the little heart punch. And so I'm going to cut out a heart, and I didn't want to use like my Cricut to make a heart because I didn't want it to be a crisp heart. I'm going to just draw it here on my scrap piece of paper, and then cut it out and make myself kind of a makeshift stencil. And I'm calling back, preschool and elementary days here, where you just draw it on one side, and since it's folded, it comes out even for a good heart. And so I'm going to tape everything down because I'm going to do the mixed media on the left side of the heart. And so I'm going to get this taped down. And I really like how this layout turns out. I had to trust the process because when it comes to mixed media, I'm just not completely confident in the end result, but it always comes out what I wanted or even better than I thought. So again, just trusting the process. So I'm going to take this Lindy's Sparkle Spray, and I'm going to do the packaging technique for the heart. Now So I have a hard time with this packaging technique. I either make it really splotchy or I cover the entire area like so here. I don't know, I still like it, but I think there's some spots that I would have liked to not be so covered. And in this point of the process here, I thought to myself, well, I should have just covered the whole heart. But I just kept on moving ahead and believed that it would come out the way that I wanted it to. And so I'm going to use these papers from my stash, and I'm going to cut the other side of the heart out. In the end, the idea is that I have the mixed media on the left side of the heart, and then the right side of the heart is going to kind of break into smaller hearts. And that's what was in my mind. Now, implementing that is a little cumbersome. So if you're still watching this video, thank you. It's about to get even more cumbersome. So I'm going to cut out that right side of the heart, and I am going to lay it down and kind of figure out where I want the right side to break into the little hearts. So I have it laying here, and I'm going to I'm going to punch out a bunch of the hearts so I can use them kind of as a stencil, because I don't want the right side to be cut like with a harsh line. So I'm using these and just kind of laying them there so I can get an idea about how I want it to kind of break apart into these little hearts. And I'm going to use them. I use the punch to cut like a stencil heart, and I'm tracing around them so that when I cut the heart, the right side of it, I can follow the lines, because I'll put one of the little hearts that I punch out, I'll put it on top, because I do fold these hearts in half so that they're kind of popping off the page. And so I will do that on this edge as well. And I used the lace. I didn't like the kind of stark line that separates both sides of the heart. So that lace punch, I will punch down the middle of that paper so that it just looks nicer and it's not such a harsh line to the heart. And so now that I got everything kind of stenciled out here, I'm cutting the right side. And so you can see, like, I just have all the shapes of the heart at the top, and they're not, and it's not like this stark line that goes ends on the heart. And so I'm getting them all kind of laid out how I want them. And I'm going to distress the edges of the hearts, as well as use the aged mahogany on all of them so that they stand out when they're against the same pattern paper, as well as standing out when they're on the white paper as well. And I distressed them because I also wanted them to kind of just separate from the background, because it is such a busy background. And so I then used that aged mahogany, and I'm going to put stamps on the mixed media part. And I really liked how the aged mahogany was just darker than the Lindy's Sparkle Spray, but it had the same, it's like tone on tone. And so I really liked that, and I think it just kind of added something to the mixed media side and gave it a little bit more interest to it. And you can see I have all my hearts glued down on the right side, and I have them just kind of breaking apart from the heart. And so I really like how that turned out. I love the stamps on the mixed media. I'm really trying to use more of these stamps that I have in my stash. I don't use stamps a lot, and yet I collect these wood stamps I find, and so I need to actually start using them. And so I really like this way of using them, is doing this tone on tone in the mixed media. And so this is a picture of my husband and I at our reception, and I wanted to double matte the photo again just to help it stand out against all that mixed media. And so I used the same paper as I did in the hearts, and then that other dark maroon paper that I had from the stash, and again that just helps that stand up against all that mixed media. And it's a 4x6 photo, but it still takes up a lot of the heart. And so I always laugh because I spend so much time on these backgrounds with the mixed media, and then I cover them up with all of my embellishments. I don't have much on this page because the mixed media and everything is so much, but the stickers that I am using, it says "You and me are meant to be, hugs and kisses, and I love you." And I thought that it was just nice to add some words down there around the photo, and I have some little sticker hearts, and then I put some red bling down there as well, and it just adds something to it. But that's a layout, so thank you to everyone that's liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit those buttons. Thanks everyone, have a good day. Bye.